Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Golden Ants Comedy Club, Cincinnati's home for stand-up comedy. Wednesday night, let me hear you make some noise, baby! All right, a couple quick announcements before we get the show started. Please turn those cell phones on silent. Don't have a comedian. Keep that table on down. We will be asked to leave. Now make some noise for your friends and family you came to see on the Prois! All right, please, everyone on the stage today from Ethan Beartown is your host and MC. It's Alex Shubert.
There you go. Thank you guys for coming on out on a Wednesday night. Keep giving up for yourselves for coming on out on a Wednesday night. Oh yeah, we're small but mighty. I like you guys so far. I have a day job. I work 45 hours a week with a bunch of dudes in their mid to late 20s. I do that. I work with a bunch of dudes in their mid to late 20s at a manual labor job for like 45 hours a week, which means that I have become an absolute expert in Joe Rogan's podcast. I am exhausted. Like, I am 2 truck rides away from fully believing that deer meat cures cancer. It's crazy. Kind of a weird dude. Like, I found out recently that I have ADHD. It's hot, whatever, I don't know. It's great. Thanks, John. It's great, because now that I know this, I can work on its negative symptoms. Like, thank you, yes. I don't know if you're ordering a drink or just acknowledging what I said on stage, but see, ADHD, told you, there you go. Like, one thing I struggle with is focusing, in case you couldn't tell by the fact that I acknowledged no one saying thank you. But like, one thing I struggle with is focusing, and I can improve that by taking Adderall. I also struggle with financial stability, and I can improve that by selling Adderall. It is... Yeah, if you want to talk about extremely organized crime, we can't stop organizing. I found that out in therapy. I've been going to therapy recently, and I go to a therapist that like specializes in people with autism, and a lot of people with autism have like special interests they can talk about forever, and they talk about it like in therapy to the point that it's annoyed my therapist. Like, my therapist has gotten so annoyed by our special interests that she has put a 5-minute timer on the table and said, you can only talk about this subject for 5 minutes. I was like, wow, I'm glad she doesn't do that for all the other therapy subjects. You know how much of a dick move that would be? Where she's like, holy shit, your parents got divorced. All right, 5 minutes, make it count. I'll give you the light at 4. Yes. Yeah. I've been working on this story recently, so I'm gonna talk about it, and then we're gonna get to our next comic. I'm a big Bengals fan. I have season tickets for the Bengals. I started getting season tickets last year. And I was actually at the game where the safety for the Bills named Damar Hamlin. I was at the game where he like collapsed and died on the field, which is wild because like it happened like midway through the first quarter. I was still drunk from the tailgate. Like, I don't know if any of you have ever been shit-faced during a nationwide tragedy before. Kind of changes your whole perspective. That's like if someone at 9/11 was like, hey, those planes are fucking low. And someone's like, dude, it's a Tuesday morning. You're a Tuesday morning. Shut up. It was something like the stadium wasn't telling us anything that was going on, so we had to figure it out for ourselves. Like, we're all looking on Twitter and shit. Like, one of my favorite journalists was tweeting about the event just nonstop. So with my alcohol confidence, I sent him a DM that I was at the game, which is wild to me. Like, you ever get so hammered that you drunk text the news? That's pretty wild. It's like some people, they text an ex or a person they don't like. Me, it's like, journalism, let's fucking go. I got this. No, so I'm like shook. I'm just like wondering what happens. Like, I'm just concerned for Damar Hamlin. Like, is he gonna be okay? So I'm walking home from the stadium to my car, and I see that a bar is playing coverage of the event. I'm so I look in the window. I'm like peering in, just like, is Hamlin gonna be okay? And 30 seconds after I'm like looking in the window, I noticed that 2 girls directly on the other side of the window see me staring through the window. I did not know this. Like, I saw Josh, I was just, like, there's nothing reassuring about a guy looking through a window going, I'm just making sure everything's okay. Like, I saw Bills quarterback Josh Allen look horrified. And I saw two girls look even more horrified. It was terrible. I'm going to do one more, and then I'm going to get us out of here and on to our next comic. No, I've been a Bengals fan for a long time. Actually, one of the coolest things that happened when I was in college, I went on a date with a Bengals cheerleader. Yeah, which was wild. Yeah, and everything was going great until I got super nervous, and I spilled water all over his tiger costume. It was... I'll leave on that. I'm Alex. Thank you guys so much. You guys are awesome, man. Just a couple quick announcements before we get to the rest of the show. We have emergency exits to that side of the stage and back the way you came in, so if something happens, you guys know what to do. Also, if you need to use the restroom, do not walk straight back. That is the kitchen. We will make fun of you. Walk out the way you came in. Yes, we have made fun of a lot of people for that. And with that out of the way, we're going to bring our next comic to the stage. He's the sweetest human I know, and he's so funny. He's one of my best friends. Give it up for Zach Wyckoff.
Heck yeah. Thank you, friends. Clap for Alex. Isn't he adorable? Oh, man. I just found out we're best friends. Oh, nice to meet you guys. I'm an alternate universe Alex Shubert. I'm like if he didn't get vaccinated. Oh, man. Guys, it's spooky season just ended. Did we have a good spooky season, everybody? Yeah. You sounded like a ghost. That was great. Spooky season just, I don't know. I celebrated. I listened to a lot of murder podcasts. Any other white women here? Yeah, you waved. Thank you. No, I can see. No, that's tough. I have been listening to a lot of murder podcasts. I don't know if you guys have ever noticed this when listening to them. They go from this dark, harrowing story to just an ad with just no transition at all. It'll be like, and as Amanda Alvarez heard a twig snap behind her, she sprinted into the forest. And little did she know that would be the last time she would ever be seen. And you can be prepared for whatever life throws your way with moisture-wicking MeUndies. It rubs the lotion on its skin. This episode brought to you by Aveeno Daily Moisturizer. I feel like with AI, it's only a matter of time until they get the serial killers to do the ads, you know? It's like, man, it's so hard to find time to cook. Hi, I'm Jeff Dahmer, here for HelloFresh. The food comes right to your door. I don't know, man. I have been, I don't know if this is relatable. I've been thinking about death. A lot. Yeah, woo. Okay. All right. Do we have a therapist in the crowd? But not because of spooky season ever, just mostly because I grew up Christian. That's like you just wake up every day of your life and be told that you're going to hell. You think about death a little bit, you know? I feel like I don't know, as a kid, growing up Christian, I should have gotten along a lot better with the goths in school. Because we have so much in common, you know? Like, we're always thinking about death, wearing a lot of crosses. Our music is bad. Like, it's exactly the same, you know? Like Christians and goths should get along, you know? Like, Christians drink blood. How metal is that? You know? We're wearing baggy clothes. We're all virgins. It just makes sense, man. That's really why I'm thinking about death, honestly. I just don't want to die a virgin. I just want to get laid before I get laid to rest. Do you know? Who's had sex? Don't clap. I don't know, dude. I smile too much. I could never do a crime. I could never do a crime because I know that the instant that news comes out, all of my friends are going to be like, I knew it. He definitely has some skeletons in his closet next to some sweater vests, probably. I don't want to be a part of a called Killing with Kindness. That's all. That's all I'm trying to say. I don't know. I am 29, and And I feel like I'm falling behind a little bit, you know? Like I feel like there's all these career things that I wanted to do by now. And I was thinking about it, I was like, well, the most famous person of all time was Jesus. And he didn't even start doing stuff until he was 30, you know? Do you think he just saw the big 3-0 coming up on the calendar and was just like, boy, I better start doing some stuff or my dad's gonna kill me. It's fun because he came back. That's silly. I don't know, dude. It's weird. I'm like 29 and single. Like, I know people my age that are just now starting their second marriage. Yeah. Have y'all ever been lapped? You ever find out you're a 3rd round draft pick? But I'm not like smooth. I don't know how to like talk to or whatever, you know? Like, I don't know. They'll try to talk to me sometimes. This weird little like birthmark here on my neck. I don't know if you guys can see that. Sometimes ladies, ooh, Zach, is that a little hickey? Been out here in these streets? I don't know what to say, man. I just have to be like, no, actually, my mom gave this to me. Want to even it up? For me, I've been Zach Weigel. Clap for yourselves, everybody. Jokes are fun. Guys, I'm so excited to bring up your next comic to the stage. Everybody, please keep clapping for Faith Mueller!
Keep it going for everyone you've seen so far. Round of applause for yourselves for coming out on a Wednesday. I just been thinking a lot about how celebrities are just like us. They're just like us. They're exactly like us, right? There's no difference. I was watching a Taylor Swift interview the other day. I wasn't like, oh, it's 6:30, it's time to turn on the Taylor Swift interview. It just like came on my phone, right? Like if you are a Swiftie, that's fine. I mean, you're basically a Disney adult. But that's fine. I was watching the interview and she told the most relatable story about middle school where she was like, I invited my friend to the mall and she couldn't come, and I invited another friend and she couldn't come. Like, you know the story. I invited another friend and she couldn't come, and I showed up with my mom and all my friends were there without me. Oh. I had a very similar middle school story where I was at a pool party with all of my friends and I was getting changed in my friend's room, and as I pulled down my underwear, before I pulled up my swimsuit, my crush came in. He came in the door and I was completely bare from the waist down, and then he pointed to my crotch and screamed as loudly as he could in horror, and then he ran down the hall, fell down the steps, and then proceeded to describe my pubic hair to everyone at the party. And my friends couldn't make eye contact with me for a week. And they didn't want to go to the mall with me either. Celebrities are just like us. I wish that I would have gone to middle school with Taylor Swift, because I for sure would not have gone to the mall with her either. I do not like her at all. I don't, and it's not really personal. I just don't really like her music, or her face, or her shoulders. You ever dislike a bitch for no reason at all? And you just start staring at their fucking shoulders like, not this one. I don't like this bitch at all. And everyone's like, how can you dislike her? What about the Eras tours? What about all those hits? But you cannot earn my love. You cannot earn my love because I love Britney Spears. And I love her forever. I love her face. I love the way she dances with knives on Instagram. So dangerous. I even love her voice. I love it so much. It's like, oh baby, baby, how was I supposed to know? My pubic hair's unsightly. Oh baby, baby, I shouldn't have let it grow. And now we're at the party. Shave me. No, I'm done. That's enough. You guys are so nice. Thank you. Snapping. Oh my God. I love her. I love her memoir. She has a book, and I'm reading it. And no spoilers, but we all know we hate Justin Timberlake now. Is it funny? He forced her to have an abortion. And that is a good plan for her to tell everybody that, because it doesn't matter what you believe, you do not like him anymore. Because liberal women are like, no man should tell a woman what to do with her body. That is fucked up. And then pro-life people are like, rest in peace, sweet Britney Angel baby. Taken from this world too soon at the hands of her father, the murderer, Justin Timberlake. Rotten hell. Thank you so much for listening to me. That's it. Done. Put your hands together for your next comic. He's very funny. Todd Prois!
Faith Mueller, everybody. So like she said, my name is Todd Prois. I live in Versailles, Kentucky. I work for a company in Lexington. But way back in the day, I used to do stand-up out in LA. And when people find out, their reaction is always the same. You did stand-up in LA? And I'm like, yeah, I did stand-up in LA. And they're like, well, how did that go? Like, were you good at stand-up in LA? And I'm like, heck yeah, I was good at stand-up in LA. In fact, I was so good at stand-up in LA that now I live in Versailles, Kentucky, and I work for a company in Lexington. That's how good I was. I aced it. LA was a big adjustment for me because I grew up in a small town called Cynthiana, Kentucky. If you have, no, you do not mean that. If you have never heard of Cynthiana, Kentucky, here's all you need to know. When I was growing up, our church van had a gun rack. That tells you pretty much everything. When I was a kid, I had 4 kinds of clothes. I had play clothes that I could run around and get messy in, you know. I had school clothes, I had church clothes, and I had going to Cincinnati clothes. That's right. Cynthiana is a great town, full of great people. They mean well, they just don't always know like the right thing to say at the right time. Here's an example. My younger brother passed away unexpectedly about 6 years ago. And a few months after it happened, I was walking through a parking lot, and this woman said, Mr. Prois, come here. And I said, yes, ma'am. And she said, now, I know there were 2 of you boys. Are you the one who died? And I said, no, ma'am, I'm not. As evidenced by the fact that I'm standing here talking to you right now. That's what I said. And then I kicked myself because what I should have said was, yeah! That would have been a lot more fun. I grew up like most kids in Cynthiana, except I didn't go to any parties in high school. I didn't go to parties in high school because nobody told me about the parties in high school. I just assumed that everybody spent their Saturday nights the same way I did, which was watching Golden Girls with their parents, you know? We'd be sitting around the living room and my mom would be like, what are your friends doing tonight? I'm like, probably the same thing we're doing. Then on Monday at school, I'd find out differently at the lunch table. They'd be like, that party the other night was crazy. He kissed her, and then his girl found out. The 2 girls got in a fight. The dog got drunk. It was crazy. I'm like, you want to hear crazy? Blanche accidentally booked herself for 2 blind dates at the exact same time. So she had to convince Dorothy to pretend to be her for one of them. So at 7, the first guy shows up, and Blanche is like, oh, Blanche, and they rush off, and 10 minutes later, the second guy shows up, and Dorothy's like, hi, I'm Blanche, and they rush off. It was crazy. I didn't go to parties because I don't drink. I still don't drink, and here's why. I'm awkward enough sober. I don't need to level up. Like, I pop a Dayquil, and I'm like, somebody take my phone, you know? But I still watch Golden Girls occasionally. I don't mind shows with older folks in it. You know, like, right, does anybody know that the season of The Bachelor that's currently airing is all senior adults? Like, The Bachelor's a senior adult, all the Bachelorettes are senior adults. It's very, very sweet, okay? There's a few subtle differences, like it airs at 8 instead of 9 because, you know, bedtimes, right? They don't go skydiving on dates. They usually just go to Kroger on a Wednesday. All right, that's the day. The rose ceremony is a little different. Like, there's no roses. Instead, it's like, will you accept this Werther's original? I said, will you accept this Werther's original? I didn't spend all the time with my parents. I spent a lot of time in my room just listening to music. We didn't listen to the same music. I know you won't believe this. I listened to a lot of rap music as a kid, mainly Run DMC, okay? I know. I used to love Run DMC. I wanted to be in Run DMC. I wore a Run DMC sweatshirt for my 7th grade school picture, true story. Can you imagine this in Run DMC? First of all, if I was in Run DMC, they'd have to rename the group Walk and Take Frequent Breaks DMC. Like if I was in Run DMC, our stage names would be Run, Jam Master J, DMC, and CPAP. If I was in Run DMC, we'd have to change the name of that song from My Adidas to My New Balance. If I was in Run DMC, I'd be the only rapper in history who would make it rain with Kohl's Cash. Hey, thank you all very much. My name's Todd Prois. Coming up to the stage next is an absolute killer, Mr. Blake Hammond, everybody.
Hey, one more time for Todd, huh? Very fun. So I was thinking about this. Halloween was yesterday. Isn't it weird, like, that the most respected jobs in our society end up being like the slutty costumes on Halloween? Just me and this lady, but you know what I mean? Like teachers, nurses, firefighters, Ghostbusters, all of them, really. You know what I mean? And it's also like the jobs we think should be paid more. You know what I'm saying? Like teachers should be paid more, nurses should be paid more. Dude, some firefighters only make $31,000 a year. They're sliding down the wrong poles, if you ask me. Like, that's crazy. That's fucking nuts. But maybe if they fucking slutted it up year round, maybe, I don't know, maybe the wages would go up. I don't know. My mom was a nurse for 25 years. 25 years. She would come home after like 16-hour shifts. She'd be covered in like blood and urine and spit, and that would make so much money on the internet. You know what I mean? Are you kidding me? That's 3 fetishes in one fucking set of scrubs. Like, that's a cash cow, which is her OnlyFans name. But it's, she needs the money. Look it up. I don't know, man. Some teachers are getting fired for having OnlyFans. That's so fucking crazy. If I knew my teacher had an OnlyFans, I would absolutely have paid way more attention in school. You know what I mean? Oh, you're telling me this girl goes home and masturbates every day? Me too. Like, I'll hear her out on algebra. All right, that's funny, but that joke needs an ending, and I guess I'll work on it next Halloween. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, what about this? What about this, you fucking sluts? What do you guys think about this? Sorry, I don't know what that is. My parents were very depressed when I was growing up. I don't know if anybody else have depressed parents. Yeah, okay, sure. Some of you are depressed parents. Yeah, they were very depressed. Like when I was a kid, I had to when on Halloween, I would have to check my own candy before they checked it. Just to make sure there wasn't razor blades in it. Like it's, that got you psychos to laugh, okay. You guys like when my mom cuts herself? Is that what you like? You should have just said, oh, mommy, oh no, not again. cutters over here. I thought it would be this group of cutters, to be honest. If I had to gauge when I came up here who are the cutters, I'd be like, it's probably over here. But over here, that's why the long sleeves. I get it. Yeah, dude. I remember those days. I think I'm wearing pants. Some of you didn't like that, and fuck you. That's funny. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have fun whether you guys want to or not. When I came up here, I didn't think I'd pantomime my mom cutting herself, but sometimes life just works out. All right, I got other shit I want to say. I wear a lot of metal band t-shirts on stage. So like after shows, people will like come up to me and suggest other metal bands that they think I might like. You know what I mean? Which is usually fine. Like sometimes it's weird. Like sometimes I'll leave a show and some dude will pop up out of nowhere. Like, you ever listen to Goat Whore? It's like, okay, dude, relax. It's a lot, yeah. It's a little intense. But this happened after a show recently. Some dude suggested a porn star he thought I might like. I wasn't wearing a pornography t-shirt. Just because the size has 3 X's in it doesn't mean it's a porn shirt. Yeah. This motherfucker acted like I was walking around with a t-shirt that said anal on it. And I would never do that, yeah? I would never wear my mom's clothes. But I... All right, that's it for me, everybody. Thank you guys so much. This is fun. All right, hell yeah. You guys are fun, man. I want you guys to make a lot of noise for your next comic. Kale Marker, everybody.
He just left an ICP concert to make it out here tonight, so that was cool. Everybody feeling all right? Yeah, fucking me too. I just drove down from Dayton, and I think, yeah, fuck yeah, Dayton, Ohio. Yeah, and I think some business has stupid marketing campaigns. I just think they're stupid. I passed a bread truck on the way down here, and it said, "We bake memories." Oh, really? I wake up in the morning, put some toast in the toaster, and go to my shitty job. That's a great memory. That's a great memory. Thank you. Actually, a great memory is the last great memory I have with yeast is a threesome I had, and I was baked. Fuck you, Aunt Millie. Yeah. I've been watching a lot of porn recently. And one thing you probably shouldn't say when you're watching porn is like, nah, not that one. I've seen that already. Like it's a sea of porn on the internet. You just shouldn't say that. But I was watching this one porno and this lady had piercings all up and down her stripe. I don't know why I called a pussy a stripe, but... and she had all these piercings, kind of like master locks hanging from a velvet curtain, you know? And you'd think, like, that should turn me on. But all I could think about is, like, when you queef, does it sound like a wind chime? I've been working on that sound for a long time. I just don't know how to make a queefing wind chime sound at all. Getting consent is important. Yeah, there's usually someone in here who's like, no, fuck consent, rape me. But it creates connection, you know? It's kind of like walking into a room and everybody knowing your name. Feels good, creates connection, you know? So that's why I named my penis. I named my penis Better. You want to feel better? You want to feel better on the inside? This is your man. You deserve better. That's fun. Don't beat me up, man. You got a shotgun in the car for sure. Speaking of, I've been working on a hillbilly accent. Hey, is football's keto? That's all I got so far. Rap and country music. I think they're the exact same. For example, Pussy Poppin', Honky Tonk Badonka Donk. Yeah. Pimp Juice. She thinks my tractor's sexy. The N-word. That's the same for both. I do belong to a secret group of whites. I think it's my duty to speak out. As the tallest of the Leprechaun Guild, the LGBTQ plus community is appropriating our culture. Out here dyeing your hair red. It's like you can have transgender, but you can't have transginger. And return the rainbow. And the elf. That's for leprechaun. Hey, wanting to smoke and having a bunch of weed but no papers, it's kind of like wanting to masturbate and having no hands. That's cool. Thank you. Eating ass? I think white people invented it out of necessity. Because, like, my black friends, they're better at, like, everything than me. This guy actually invented eating ass. Look at that mustache. That used to be blonde. That used to be blonde, everybody. Like I said, all my black friends, they're better at, like, everything than me. Well, I do pay child support, so it's okay, you can laugh at that. I'm actually really behind. I need money. Cash App Kale Marker. Hey, ladies, does size matter? Yeah. Does size matter? Yeah, fucking lose some weight. Oh, shit. That's fun. Hey, everybody, thanks for hanging out with me. My name's Kale Marker. Let's bring up the hilarious Destin Richardson.
Thank you, Cade. I'll answer your question. You're probably thinking, is this a country boy flannel or is it a craft beer flannel? It is absolutely a craft beer flannel. Actually, that's a lie. I'm not even that big into craft beer. I just really don't want you to ask me to help with your car afterwards. I am not handy. I will refer you straight to YouTube. I'm like, you and YouTube, you can figure that out. I can tell you all about the best IPAs, though. So I've had a really weird year. The lead singer of Smash Mouth died. It's old news now. You know, I'm not going to talk about the one because we just met, but we're all friends here. I'm not going to bring that up. So yeah, the lead singer of Smash Mouth died, and the thing is, I had 9 people DM me asking me how I was handling it. I'm like, they had 3 okay songs, and one of them was by the fake Beatles. Like, come on, like, I'm not that tore up about it. I was like, where were these people when my mom got diagnosed with colon cancer? I had 2 people DM me about that. So, yeah, I was like, and I know it's just, it was white racism. That's why they thought I cared about the Smash Mouth guy. Because they're just like, you're a fat white alcoholic. He was your hero. That had to have been hard for you. Like, if we're following that logic, universe, protect Kevin James at all costs, because I can't handle someone being like, oh man, this was the worst year for Destin, man. He lost Steve Harwell and Kevin James. But no, I actually I had a pretty rough year, as I said. My girlfriend, I should say my ex-girlfriend, cheated on me on her birthday, which was kind of cool because I forgot it was her birthday and I didn't buy her anything. And I was like, what a relief that in this situation I'm still not the asshole. But no, and I was like telling my parents about it, and I was like, I wanted to do some retail therapy. I was thinking about getting a pet, and I was thinking about a rabbit. And my mom was like, you don't have time to make that work out. I was like, huh, funny, because you really pushed me to have that girlfriend. I was like, they're very similar when you think about it. You know, you both got to feed and water them all the time. They're always leaving their crap around. They'll run off and nibble on some other guy's carrot. So no, my retail therapy was I went and I bought myself a new car. I got a Cadillac. Yes, you heard me right. A stand-up comedian with a Cadillac. All things are possible through Christ. It's a 2016 Cadillac. No comedian on this stage is affording a 2024 Cadillac. Just yeah, it's luxury, but it's 8 years old, which is why I named it Jeffrey Epstein. I say because Jeffrey Epstein likes them both with heated interiors. So, we all happy? We all happy? We're betting on sports now. Yeah, I don't believe in segues either. Fuck them. Let's put it this way: how we feel now that the government has their fat nose into our sports betting? Because it's like marijuana. We've been doing it for a long time. We just now can do both in a Circle K. So here's the thing: I'm not much of a gambler myself, but I like roulette just because I'm a man and I like visuals and shiny colors and shit. But I don't know, I just don't care about money that much. But then there's like Cleveland roulette, sorry, Russian roulette. My bad. I'm thinking about a different shithole. There's Russian roulette, which is obviously too high of stakes, right? We can all agree on that. If you don't, speak up. Oh wait, no, you can't because you lost. So I invented a game right in the middle that's more my speed. It's called Cleveland roulette. It's where you drive an hour to an hour and a half away from your house and you eat a bunch of Indian or Mexican food and then you drive home before you shit your pants. Now, much like Russian roulette, if you do lose, it will be a splattery mess. I don't know if you're groaning at the diarrhea or the suicide or the idea of death by diarrhea. But if you win Cleveland roulette, congratulations, you're the first person to win money on the Browns make it to the Super Bowl. That's been my time. You've been wonderful. Keep that going for your next very funny comedian, Cat West.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys for being here. You guys have been a really fun audience. Seriously. Give some claps for yourselves. I'm having a pretty good week. Was able to get some healthcare done this week, and I was able to get an ultrasound done because we wanted to check on her. And I was able to have the technician turn the screen towards me, and I got to say, there she is, my IUD. Perfectly in place. Look at her. Woo! And afterwards, I was like, man, I think I made a mistake here because I should have asked for a printout. They do it, And I want her on the fridge. I want people to come over and be like, there she is. Mama's pride and joy, 5 years old. Look at her, centered. Oh, so proud. There's a lot of risks for women in this world. I know. But one of the risks we don't talk about enough is the risk of having sex with a musician before you've heard their music. Ooh, risky. Risky, because you don't want to have appendages being applied or inserted and then realize, I'm not going to want to come to the show. Nope, you don't have to send me the band camp. No. Yeah, I don't think you're stroking the keys. I've seen you mash enough buttons. Yeah. Has anybody in here, I feel like this table will, has anybody heard of girl dinner? Yes. Girl dinner. It's like women, girls, we're tired of making food, right? So like girl dinner, all that it is anything that you can consume. You had girl dinner. You did it. Check mark. So the thing is, though, there's like a fine line between empowerment and depression. There's only so many times I can eat Cheez-Its for dinner in the week before I'm like, this isn't empowering anymore. I think I'm malnourished. Yeah, I need stew. I don't want to make it. So I'm in the market for a chef with benefits. Looking out. Anybody, just let me know, okay? And sometimes when I'm depressed, I kind of I relate a lot to many politicians of late, but particularly like Mitch McConnell. You know, and I don't have a waspy lady to take me by the shoulders. I'm so jealous of Mitch. She's like, oh, Senator, did you not want to answer that question? Do you need some cookies? Do you need a snack? You want to come sit over here? I need that lady in my life, you know? And the other day I was in the grocery, kind of disassociating, trying to think of options of food to make, staring at the freezer aisle. I was like, should I run for Senate? Wow. Oh, you guys are carrying me. I love you. You guys are just doing it. I really appreciate you three. The energy, it's so beautiful. So for work, I am a nurse. It gets awkward to bring up on stage. Somebody else brought it up. You don't have to clap for me. It's totally fine. A lot of people, when I bring that up, if they're not thinking about their own, trauma or like loved ones, they're imagining, I feel like, the meanest girl from their high school. Everybody's got one. You're just like imagining, there's a girl that went to your high school that destroyed people's psyches, and now she's like, nurse, hero, and like making TikToks, and I'm like, I promise I'm not that girl. So sometimes I just don't even bring it up, but it gets really frustrating being a nurse because like those ladies will be, in the hospital, I'll hear them down the hall, taking care of Fred. He's like 95. Fred doesn't know what's going on, And one of the things you're supposed to assess as a nurse is like, do you know how much do you wake up and how much do you understand what's happening around you? And when I take care of Fred, it's 1967, that's what he thinks. And I'm cool with that. But I hear Susan having him and she's like, Fred, it's 2023. You're sick. It doesn't go well, because when I take care of Fred, it's 1967. He's not sick, he's just taking some vitamins, And the day goes a lot better. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you. My name is Kat West. I'm going to bring up your next comic, the very funny John Moore. Get going.
Hey, Kat, everybody, huh? Who said Hanson was a one-hit wonder? Like Kat said, my name is John Moore, but that's actually a stage name. My full name is Jonathan More Money, More Problems. Which feels a little bit weird to use. I'm very poor. I'll take all the problems and money I can get. Could anyone Venmo me $1,000 without it derailing the rest of their month? Okay, we're good. Some lady said yes one time. I was like, don't fucking talk about it. Be about it. It's fun. It's fun. Someone recently told me I look like Borat if you listen to too much Fall Out Boy in high school. That's real fun. That's real fun. I was thinking about this. This girl online was debating whether Nightmare Before Christmas was a Christmas or a Halloween movie. I was like, why can't it be both? Bisexuals exist. Okay, cool. I grew up with parents that smoked, guys. They didn't smoke anything cool. They just hotboxed cigarettes in the house after their factory jobs. So I went to school every day smelling like a VFW hall with my Joe Camel lunch bag, right? Every night was bingo night at the Moore house, but instead of 062 being shouted out, it was, oh shit, honey, we're almost out of smokes. I remember going to school one day and this girl asked me to sign a petition to make all the restaurants in my county smoke-free. I just looked at her and said, She goes, John, you were 12 years old. Why do you care if people can smoke in a restaurant? I just looked at her and said, I like going to Denny's with my mom. Even if Ruth Ann was out of cigarettes, we sat in the smoker section. She just wanted to be amongst her people. Nice thing about sitting in the smoker section, you never had to worry about dessert. It was secondhand smoke. That's what it was. It's real fun. It's real fun. My parents were very dedicated smokers, so much so that they kept cigarettes in the freezer right next to the ice cream sandwiches. So when I was growing up as a kid, anytime I got an ice cream sandwich out of the freezer, the first thing I did was pack it. Didn't know that was a cigarette thing. I thought it was a freezer thing, right? Didn't know no better. Teacher asked me if I packed a snack. I said, only if I get it out of the freezer. It's fun. It's fun. Spoiler alert, my dad died from lung cancer. That's a bummer, right? But it's not all bad news. I feel like part of that guy died when they canceled Camel Cash anyway. Too bad you couldn't trade that in for chemo treatment, right? You guys like that one? Oh, it's a bummer. I was only one of my parents' siblings that smoked, so I think that makes me my parents' favorite. Nice thing about my dad dying, one less person to bum cigarettes to, right? It's not all bad news. Now that my dad is dead, I finally feel comfortable in my interracial relationship. He'd just be asking questions that no one needs to answer. No, Dad, you cannot touch her hair. Yes, it does feel very cool. I'm in a new relationship, and I just met my girlfriend's parents for the first time very recently. And the first time her stepdad got me cornered, he started asking me about my career goals. And I was like, hey, Vince. I used his first name so he knew we were cool, right? Called him Dad, because mine's dead. I was like, hey, man, this is the first time we're hanging out. Don't you want to tell me about your grill? Talk about your car and how hybrids are for pussies? Plus, dude, you're her stepdad. I don't have to tell you shit. Career goals feels like a real dad conversation. You're not her real dad! Never had a stepdad. I don't know how to deal with it, right? It's fun. My girlfriend, she's very good at talking shit. The other day she came up to me and she goes, John, for as much lesbian music that you like, you figured you'd be better at eating pussy. I'm just like, yes. I like to cook for my girlfriend. And I found this recipe online called Marry Me Chicken. And it's a new relationship, so I don't want her to get the wrong idea. So I made it the other night, and she goes, John, this is so good. What is it called? I was like, yeah, it's called Let's Try Anal Chicken. She said, only if we can do Peg Me Pasta Night tomorrow. Turns out I've got a gluten allergy in my butt. All right, you guys have been fun. I've been John Moore from Indianapolis. It's my pleasure to bring up your next comedian, Kinley Mlar.
Good evening, everybody. I am a natural redhead, if you cannot tell, and I am going to sing a song for you I wrote. It's called Ginger's Going to the Beach. No. Thank you. Again, I am a redhead, and my ass cheeks are so white that when my cheeks clap, it is offbeat. You get it. Yeah, you get it. Okay. Put a finger down if 2 weeks ago you were smoking some weed in the forest with your homies and you were so high that you kind of thought that you peed your pants, but you couldn't figure it out, so you like awkwardly walked around for like 20 minutes feeling your crotch to decide if you did or not, and then like 2 hours later at the Dollar General on the side of the county highway, you go in and realize that you actually full-blown did piss your pants. Just me on that one, okay. I was listening to the radio the other day, and a commercial came on about how women lack confidence, and we need to be more self-empowered, and we need to just be confident. However, the commercial was for Great Clips. I have had one too many haircuts at Great Clips. I can attest no one has ever left there feeling confident. Like, I walk out of the Great Clips, I'm like, okay, great. I am either going to buy a Corvette or I'm going to kill myself. And I will decide depending on the traffic on the way to the Chevy dealership. I am the youngest of 6. Before you ask, we are not Catholic. My mom, just a whore. My dad was a pastor, so you'd think I'm like very put together and like biblical. He actually died like 12 years ago, so now I smoke weed every day and have sex with my boyfriend. I was was shopping at Kroger the other day, and I came across this new product called White House rolls. And they're just like Hawaiian rolls, except these ones aren't scorched. I'll give you a sec. The White House rolls, yeah. It's a good joke, okay? It's a good joke. The White House rolls also have just a little bit of cocaine in them, but no one knows where it came from. Weird. I want to give a special thank you to our POTUS, Joe Biden himself. Thank you, Joe Biden, for making it impossible for me to get my boob job. Not because it's too expensive, but I don't want to add any more inflation. Gas is high, groceries are high, you already know I'm high. I don't think that we can blame Joe Biden though, unfortunately, because I am 100% sure if I had 6 hours, 2 Percocets, and a Blu-ray player, I could convince Joey that the Transformers events actually happened. And that's fucked up. That's our president, guys. We did this. This is on us. We need to take a good look in the mirror. We are the problem, you know? It's not him, it's us. I'm sorry, I got on a bit of a tangent there. I don't want to tell you you're all pieces of shit, but I'm from Lafayette, Indiana. It's about 4 hours away, and if you're wondering what there is to do there, I am in Cincinnati on a Wednesday night, so yeah, pretty tough out here. Jesus, he's my friend, so he said it was cool if I said this, so I just wanted to preface that because some people get weird about it. But Jesus, I think he had one dying regret. You know, he died a virgin. Lame. Loser. I think that, God asked him, he said, "My son, Jesus, is there anything that you would like from this earthly world?" And Jesus said, "You know what? Yeah, I want to get nailed, dude. I wish I was fucking hung." And I think that God just misunderstood, My name is Kinley Mlar. You can follow me at Kinley's Comedy. And we're going to go ahead and bring up the next comedian. Put your hands together for Danielle Warnall.
What's up, Cincinnati? Y'all give it up for Kinley. She's so young and adorable. I don't know if I want to fuck her or raise her. She is. She's cute. I've been thinking recently about when I first started doing stand-up, and I was like Kinley, and I was young and adorable, and in my 20s, and I would get on stage and I would talk about all the guys I was fucking, and all the places we were fucking, the girlfriends who didn't know we were fucking. And it was great. That's what you do when you're young, in your 20s. And I was doing this in Brooklyn. That's a really good place to do all the fucking, because it's a melting pot. It's a melting pot. There's people from all over the world that move to Brooklyn. That's what they say. I personally like to refer to that time in my life as around the world in 80 ways. But that's just me. No, it's fun. I do want to tell you guys about my first husband. His name's Tom, and he's still my husband. So that's about it. No, but we've been married a while. So who's married in here? Anybody? Anybody? Nobody wants to? Oh, you guys are reluctantly owning up to that. So as our friends in the front row know, when you're married for a while, you don't have sex anymore. So I've had to switch up my comedy material because I don't think that my husband would appreciate if I got on stage and told all of you guys about all the sex that I was having. No, but he's a nice guy, and I do recommend that. I recommend marrying a nice man for your first husband. Someone well-mannered. Second husband, I'm gonna go for someone who's well-endowed because of the frustrations of the first. And then third one, I'm gonna wrap it up like someone who's well-off. That's my 10-year plan. You may adopt it. It's not copywritten. I'll share that with you. But no, he's a nice guy. Tom is a nice guy. That's what everybody says. Oh, Tom, he's such a nice guy. He's so charming. He likes to garden. He's got a basement. So what I'm saying is like 50-50 shot I married a serial killer. Probably true. It's probably true. I did try to preempt my murder, my inevitable murder. So I Googled on my husband's phone how to get away with murdering your wife. So there's a paper trail. And I did realize when I did that I do not think women should have the right to vote. Follow me on this. 1920s suffrage movement, women, we earn the right to vote. 1921, men realized, we got this. They don't got to do shit anymore, so they stopped. And that was the last time they did any of the shit. So what I'm saying is, my husband could not murder me without my help. I would have to drop a pin so he knew where to bury the body. He wouldn't have anyone to cook him dinner at home. He'd go through McDonald's with my corpse in the back seat. He's definitely getting caught. That's all I'm saying. He couldn't get away with it without my help. I do think if he were successful, I would definitely put the fun in funeral. And here's why. My best friend and I, we have a death pact. And if you don't have a death pact, you don't have a best friend. But the plan is, whichever one of us goes first, and just to give you some context, she's a doctor, and I'm here on a Wednesday night talking to you lovely people. Thank you for that. So it's definitely gonna be me. But the plan is, whichever one of us goes first, the other one has to bring a get well soon balloon to the funeral and tie it on the wrist of the one in the casket. I don't know if you've ever put balloons in a car before, but there's gonna be a really fun dance that happens when they go to shut the lid. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. I do have a new fantasy. Do you guys have any sexual fantasies? Does anybody have those? You guys have some. Some of you look like that's the only kind of sex you have is fantasies. But my new fantasy, and I haven't done it yet, but I really, I want to be a widow. So that's what I've been thinking about. And you guys don't feel sorry for us. It's not a broken family. We don't have any kids. There are some perks to not having children. One, I never have to worry about what I've left in my car on a hot July day. I don't have to worry about baby names that go out of style. That's a thing. Baby names that go out of style. I've always liked gender neutral names, personally. And I don't mean like a name that works for a guy or a girl. I mean like girl name up front and a guy name in the middle. But I don't think that Kaylee Anthony would play anymore. I think people would have issues with that. All right, thank you guys so much. My name is Danielle Waral. It's been a lot of fun. We want to keep that going. Let's hear it for your next comedian, Giles Chickering.
Give it up for Danielle. All right. That's cool. You know, I'm a doctor, and I'm here on a Wednesday. I'm also unemployed right now because I laughed, quote, too hard at a picture of my boss's wife. So my Wednesdays are pretty wide open at this current time. I'm a little beat up right now. Is everybody bouncing back from Halloween? I guess you're here on a Wednesday, so obviously I'm here with the fucking wrecking crew. It's nice to be here. No, I went a little overboard last night. I went so deep in a bucket of Kit Kats, I woke up dressed as a teen wolf surrounded by butchered chickens. About a baker's dozen in my neighbor's yard. Neither of us own chickens. I have no idea how the hell it happened. He was cool about it, though. My other neighbor was not cool. I toilet papered his tree. Yeah, I know. Rough look as a 32-year-old, but I did it. He He was not cool at all about it. He was threatening to call the cops. I know. Like I can afford a third strike. Nah, he was so not cool about it. He was like, what the fuck, man? And it was like, I put toilet paper in your tree. Okay, it's a prank. Get over it. And he was like, it's covered in shit. Yeah. No, oh, here's a funny prank. I'm gonna put unused toilet paper on your tree. Yeah, I'll just go buy that. No, I won't save this in a freezer for 3 months so that I can harvest it for my fancies on Halloween. Yeah. A lot of you think that's wasteful. Don't worry. I clean the freezer out. I use it for deer meat the other 9 months of the year. Which, if anyone's interested, let's just say I know a Honda hatchback in the parking lot that is selling partially thawed deer meat after this show. I'm unemployed. I could use the money. Anyone in here do any couples costumes? No? Yes? No? Well, a hand raised? Thank you. That doesn't. I could what was it? All right, what couples costume did you, was it gender swapped Property Brothers, or was it sexy Joe Biden, sexy Putin? It's pretty much just bald head and very short shorts. If you guys knew how well my brain was functioning right now, I'm pretty much performing a miracle up here. I went as a tree, since you asked. And yes, it was a very hard choice. I wasn't sure which tree. I had 2 favorites. I had to narrow it down. I was between Harry Potter's Whomping Willow and then the tree from that movie Signs that Mel Gibson's wife was just Basically, I went as both. Yeah. God, this... I know all of you are having the time of your life. You have no idea how good this feels for me right now. It's crazy to... Why is this so wet? Why is this goddamn stool? If anyone needs me for any reason after the show, if you have follow-ups or anything, I'm going to be in the men's room practicing new stances at the urinal. Got a couple I'm workshopping right now. I've been doing arms crossed. And then a few times I've tried Home Alone. If anyone has any ideas of new ones, I'm gonna be in there crying because of how good I feel. In the meantime, let's get your hands together for your next comic. Please welcome to say it right now, Aisha Brown. Keep it going. Keep it going for Aisha coming to the stage. Here we go. Yalla!
Tell me I was gonna have to run and jump up here. A cougar too old for that. But hi, my name is Aisha the comedian. Let's see, I'm 35 on social media, 48 in these streets. Yes, up in here looking for my next ex-husband. Yes. I wanted a white one, and here I came. They invited me to the smorgasbord. All the white men in here. Who want to go to Top Golf? I'm tricking tonight. I'm going to let you put a boat on top of my car. Make you some green bean casserole. Yes, I'm going to treat a white man good. Shit, I'm trying to go skiing too. Give me old Snow King. I don't know, but y'all be on Investigation Discovery a lot. Marathons and shit. I'm like, so he was cheating, but his wife dead under the porch. Why? What the baby do? White man to kill you and go on the news and look for you. Take that motherfucking poster down. Get me up from out of this Tupperware container up under the porch. But yes, I'm just out here using my vagina for good and not evil. Let's give it up for that. Yes, I knew I was gonna be happy. I knew it. Healing troubled young men in my community, yes. Like them young ones too. I have everything I need to get them. Pizza rolls and got Hot Pockets in the freezer. You need some fruit snacks? Come here, boy. Let Miss Brown give you your forever home. Yes. Yes. Talking about, do I want to meet his mama? I know your mama. We had home ec together. Keep it on the low. But yeah, I try to use my coochie for the community and the good. You know, it's men out here, they going bald and shit, you know, their mental health is off. They probably just need some pussy, you know what I mean? Like, shoot, help them out. They on albuterol and shooting up insulin and shit. They eat the right pussy, they will be okay. You know what I mean? Yeah, you wondering why your goatee and your beard won't connect. You need to eat some coochie. That's probably what it is. You're sick. You finna die. Shoot, I got the good kind too. I know y'all think she's fat, right? Yeah, that don't matter. That means I got that good rotisserie shit. Got the stomach to come down with the thighs to touch. Y'all don't marinate your food before you eat it? Telling you, that's just like the chicken in the front of the store. It's moist and juicy. If you skinny, you know what I'm saying, walk around with your legs spread out far apart. Cold air, it's cold outside today. Dry your pussy out, you know what I mean? You need thighs to touch. How you gonna keep out the dead leaves and squirrels and shit? Your thighs don't touch. So yeah, I'm looking for my next ex-husband with these 1970 titties. It's so sad. Take off my bra, these shits is like fruit by the foot. Telling you, I had to bungee cord them today to come and tell y'all these jokes, so y'all should feel special. It's hard to hold these breasts up all the way from Indianapolis. Back hurting this shit. But I'm gonna get out of here. You know, I'm just gonna say, ladies, we need to keep the same energy with these men. You know, your man, if he suck your titties, suck his titties back. Follow me on social media. I'm Aisha the comedian. We're gonna keep this toxic good time going. It's a party. Coming to the stage next, my comedy cousin now, Mike Frankie.
Keep it going for Aisha, everybody. So we let student drivers like put signs on their cars that let you know they're a student driver. So like you know to not be like a dick even when they do something stupid, right? I think we should let drunk people do that same thing. You know? It's like, fair warning, I'm drunk as hell. You know? Look out for motorcycles, but also look out motorcycles. You know? I might not see you, you know? Baby on board. I know, I saw this bumper sticker that said, smile, your mom chose life. And it's like, I already know I'm not an abortion. You know? Like, could could an abortion do this, you know? I don't think so. So I know I'm not an abortion. But also, like, don't tell me how, like, I'm still allowed to be sad, you know? I'm still allowed to be sad. Honestly, now, I'm kind of angry, you know? Like, someone just told me to smile, you know? It's like, look, I'm not a woman. It's not my job. No, I don't know. I feel like if you want me to smile when I see your bumper sticker, have a better bumper sticker, you know? Right? Smile. I'm getting roadhead. Good for you, you know? You're having a good time. I have a pretty conservative family, and my aunt, she's pretty conservative. I love my aunt. She's a good person, but she does stuff that like only conservatives can do. Like my aunt, she called me a gay retard. Like liberals, like we can't say that. Unless we're quoting conservatives. You know? I'm hoping that's true, because I'm about to say it a lot. I know it was this party where everybody was like supposed to dress up like aliens to be an alien. I didn't have a costume, so I just borrowed like these purple sparkly ropes from my cousin, her daughter, and she goes, "Michael, take that off. You look like a gay retard." And I don't know, it's hard when a family member calls you a gay retard, because I can't like pull up on my aunt, you know, like, no, I'm not, you know, like, it's my aunt, you know. I don't know. Also, like, if you're a liberal, you kind of can't even like see it as an insult, you know what I mean? You kind of just got to be like proud, you know, like, you're darn right I'm a gay retard. Best Americans are. You know, this country was built by gay retards. Also, like no one in my family like stood up for me, you know? Like it was just quiet. Like there was just sort of like a silent acknowledgement. Like you kind of do look a little, maybe take the costume off, you know? Like, I will give this to my aunt. I mean, there is, I will say, there is a lot of, a little bit of unnatural, you know, sexuality happening these days. A little bit of unnatural sexuality my aunt gets worried about, you know, like, for instance, I don't know if you guys know, but like women these days, some women are wearing strap-ons, you know, yeah. I was taught well by my conservative family. Whenever a woman approaches me with a strap-on on, you know, I always say, "Get thee behind me, Satan." Satan, get thee behind me. All right, you guys have been a lot of fun. That's it for me. Coming to the stage, keep it going for the very funny Stephen Bear, everybody.
Give it up for Mike Frank, everybody. Come on now. All right. Guys, I'm feeling good. I am 6 months sober, so give it up for that. Thank you. 6 months sober from intimacy with women. So it's been lonely. I've been drinking a lot. I feel like it's definitely easier to pick up beer than it is to pick up women, you know? Because no one looks at you weird at 7-Eleven when you try to pick up beer, you know? It's a good place to meet people, all right? I was on a date the other day with a girl, and she was, I mean, ladies, we're all looking for someone who's, 1, sexually clean, right? 2, financially stable. Those are the 2 things. We were on a date, and she was like, "So what are your plans for the future? Do you have like a Roth IRA or anything?" And I was like, "Ew, gross. I don't have any STDs, what? You think I'm out here Roth dogging people? What the fuck?" That is disgusting, ma'am. I don't know. Ladies, they're looking for a rich guy, and to give you guys an idea of my financial situation, for me, looking at my bank account's like looking at my penis. I don't like to do it. And every time I do, it's like, damn, there was more there last time I checked. Fuck. Don't you hate when it gets cold outside and your bank account shrivels up? It's the worst. As you guys can tell, I'm a genius up here, right? Don't laugh. What? I was actually the editor-in-chief of my high school newspaper, so, yeah. Well, homeschool newspaper, but still, the local news needs to be reported, okay? This just in. Dad's a dick. No, he's cool though. No, my dad's cool. My dad's like radical. He's extreme. He's a radical extremist. So he doesn't think skater babes should be able to bail on their pregnancies. He doesn't think skater bros should be able to grind on each other's half pipes, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean? I'm one of 10 children because that's, you know, if you're homeschooled, you just have to be. That's the rule. And when I tell people that, they're like, well, do you feel like you got enough attention growing up? I'm doing this right now. So no, give me attention. If they went to more of my baseball games, I wouldn't be up here right now. You guys are my new parents, okay? Yeah, man. I don't know, it's tough. Someone told me the other day, they said I look like I spent all my trust fund money on NFTs. What the fuck? That is so hurtful. I have one NFT, okay? Whatever. It's not what you're thinking, though. It's a different acronym. It's no form of transportation. Got my car stolen. And I don't know if you guys, anyone here got their car stolen before? No? Well, I'll tell you what, it will really challenge your political ideology. Like before I got my car stolen, I was a progressive guy. Only thing I wanted in this world was social justice. Now the only thing I want is criminal justice, okay? I'm pissed. I was at the Black Lives Matter rally. We were there, dude. We were all there, you know? I was there. I was yelling, yo, fuck 12. Now it's been like 4 months. They haven't found shit. I'm like, fuck 12. Please help me find my car. Please. I was like, defund the police. They still don't have it. I'm like, maybe we got to fund these guys. I don't know. All right, guys, I've been Stephen Bear. Thank you so much. You guys have been great. Are you guys ready to keep the show going? All right, guys, your next comic, he's funny as hell. Give it up for the very funny Ian Squints.
How's it going? What Steven neglected to tell you is that he got his car stolen because he left his keys in the ignition like an idiot. Dude, Steven's like if a golden retriever was a person, you know what I mean? Like he'll only go down on a woman if she's got peanut butter on her pussy. Like that's... Go get him, dude, go get him. Come on, boy. Oh man, I got this mustache, that's new. I've been getting mixed reviews about it. I don't know if I like it. I was looking in the mirror the other day. I was like, man, I kind of just look like a pillhead cowboy. You know what I mean? Like there ain't enough OxyContin for the both of us in this town. Like just get into a beef with somebody, meet him at high noon, just way too high noon, like strung out noon. Percocets and Xanax. Like you ever seen a horse on cinder blocks? Let's see. I've a little bit about me. I've had several groups of people in my life try to give me interventions, but none of them have ever worked because I know parkour. Dude, if I walk into a room and I even get a sniff of an intervention, I'm doing a fucking gainer out the window, dude. Just slide down that telephone pole, backflip off the dumpster, and run away going, I'll never change. I don't got a drug problem if you can't catch me, you know what I mean? My friend was arguing with his wife the other day, and he was talking to me about it, and he was like, man, if only I could suck my own dick. Then I wouldn't need a wife. I'm like, dude, is that why you're married? He's just like, really? And he's like, I was like, why'd you get married in the first place? Oh, because I could barely touch my toes, that's why. I don't want to be that flexible. Like, I want to be just flexible enough to sit on my own face. That's... And then I'll never leave the house, right? We're friends, right? I could probably tell you guys this. When I was a teenager, my dad walked in on me going down on my girlfriend. And then he made me smoke an entire pack of pussy. I did want to talk about Burger King, though. Back in 2020, Burger King held a special Valentine's Day promotion that if you brought in a picture of your ex, they would give you a free Whopper. Now, I don't know about you guys, but that sounds like a lot of embarrassment for very little reward. You know what I mean? And also, it's like, they did this in 2020. Like, they didn't do this in the summer of love. They did this in the loneliest year in the world, dude. My guy, dude. But, dude, let's talk about how mean that promotion really is. Like, let's talk through the steps. First of all, you have to go print out a picture of somebody that you don't date anymore. So that means you got to go to the library to print out a picture of somebody that you don't date anymore. Because let's be real, if you're looking for bargains at Burger King, you don't got a fucking printer. You know what I mean? Then you just like get that picture, and then you drive down to Burger King, you're looking at it, all the good times are coming back, and you're like, oh, we used to eat burgers together. Then you gotta like go and you gotta like give it to the teenager working behind the counter. You gotta slide it across the counter and just like, I don't know, meepishly. You gotta like meepishly slide it over, and then he picks it up and he looks at it and he's like, huh, this is crazy. But I'm fucking her too. That's wild, dude. That's what a coincidence. Then you're just even more sad. And he's like, it's gonna be about a 30-minute wait. All the employees gotta smoke all at once. And then, yeah, and then you finally get your burger, and then you just got heartache and heartburn. You're wearing that little cardboard crown because you wanted to feel like a king for the day. Hey, I'm out of time, guys. Thank you guys so much. You guys have been great. Give it up for yourselves, your wait staff. I'm gonna bring up your headliner for the evening. He's super funny. Give it up for Graven, everybody, please.
All right, Cincinnati. Holy shit, you look good. Are you single? Yeah? Well, I'm asking because I recently became single. It was like 8 years ago, I guess. Yeah, it sounds about right. It just didn't work out. There was a lot of those, like, tensions, like, where you just piss each other off all the time a little bit. Like me not using a coaster when I put down my beer. and her leaving her makeup all over the kitchen sink, or bathroom sink even, and me not throwing my dirty undies in the bin, and her fucking every guy in the neighborhood. You know, small things like this. And also, she was like one of those type of girls who's just like, in the middle of a fucking movie, interrupts by going, "Babe, if we stranded on a deserted island and there was nothing to eat, would you eat me to stay alive?" And I was like, "Of course not, babe. One thing would be to live for the rest of my life in loneliness on a deserted island. Another thing would be at the same time having a heartburn from all that fatty meat." She also did it in bed, like, while we were screwing, all of a sudden she goes, "Babe, even though you have a small dick, it feels big." And you can feel it get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. So I'm back on the menu, girls. Or guys. If you know how to treat a man, show him a good time and get me a lot of drunk. I'm not saying no. It's a big maybe. Yeah. But I am a romantic guy, so I'm kind of quite a catch. Like I can stare at a beautiful woman, just admiring her for hours and hours, until I knock on the window and run away. I was actually on a date very briefly. Took her out to an expensive restaurant. Took her to McDonald's, but it was expensive. You know how much a Happy Meal costs these days? $7. And you gotta at least make that 8 times $7. Because that's how many Happy Meals I plowed through before I found out that they change the toys every week. But after we ate our fancy meal, she was like, should we take the dessert at your place? I don't know what that means. So I take her back home and I do all the right things, dim the light a little bit, put on some Barry White, and gets up, back her, and rubs her shoulders, kiss her neck, and she goes, I'm ready for dessert now. And I go like, let me fix that. Mom, could you make us 2 Nutella sandwiches without the crust this time? So she didn't want anyone. Which is okay, because it could have led to something that I don't remember how to do. Or something I don't want to do. Like, she could have given me a blowjob. I hate that. I recently got circumcised because I had so much foreskin. A blowjob on me looked like the scene from Lady and the Tramp where they eat the spaghetti, like. But I think blowjobs are awkward because there's no rules. Like, you don't know what to do. Like, you just stand there. And like, if you watch it from porn perspective, there's always this sexy eye contact. She can see my belly. I'd be like, on another note, like, you guys ever had that experience where you just got like 10 minutes you need to kill before you do something else? So you decide, might as well masturbate? I had that earlier today. Then I got kicked off the bus. Which is unfair because it wasn't even my dick. And he got to drive all the way. Ladies and gentlemen, that was all from me. Put your hands together for the MC, Alex Shubert. Thank you very much.
One more round of applause for Graven, everybody. All right, that is our show. Thank you guys for coming on a Wednesday night. The fun does not have to stop here. You can go right next door to the Bell and the Bear. There's no cover, cheap drinks. Thank you so much for coming out. Have a good night. I've been Alex. Get home safe.